Call Halayim La Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah Bahashem Rakak Wadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders that prophesied and rule well for the hopeful 144 and 1/3 of Yasharallah, who this world refers to as Israel, starting at the house of great millstone. Shalom to you, Akim, who teach and learn in sincerity. Shalom to the Akwith, who learn in sincerity. It's your brother, Kanan. And this will be titled, Neither Team Will Win. Okay? Look at this. That's a picture of a Democrat. A Democrat. You know, your Republicans and your Democrats, okay? So you got RIP GOP 2023, killed by Trump, headstone arrival, November 6th, we will dance on your grave and piss on. Oh, okay. So you see the temperature that's taking place right now in spiritual Babylon. We're on the verge of a civil war that's going to tie right in along with the World War III. Okay, maybe most likely Civil War III, because that's a way to bring in that chaos that's going to tie into that MOTB. All right, because it's not just over here. These nations are already started kicking off the chaos from especially these European countries, but it's headed here too. This is the grand finale. All right, we're going into the doors of Jacob trouble. All right, so pay attention. This is neither team will win. What's the teams I'm talking about? Your so-called Republicans and Democrats. You got the silliest shit show going on that has ever been put on earth right now between these politicians, within my lifetime at least, with Kamala Harris and the orange pillar guy, okay, running for office. All right. And then just everything that's been led up to the pandemics and the false flaggies, and it's all taking place right now. The will of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay, allowing this place to be exposed. All right. So once again, we're just in a time of great tension. And once again, this has been neither team will win. Whether you red or blue, Bloods, Crips, Democrats, Republican, it doesn't matter. If you're not Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, you're on team loser. Let's get it. This is the book of Revelations 12:12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell therein. Woe, what is that word woe going to? Destruction, war, chaos, to the inhabitations of the earth. The what? The earth. And of the sea. Even the sea's got to get it. And they're troubled right now. You see what's going on with a lot of the inhabitations of the sea. Capsizing, committing suicide, being drowned out by pollutants, toxins, plastics. Okay, so everything can get it. For the devil, who is the devil? The guy on the ground with the red horns? No. The so-called self-proclaimed white man, who's this world been given to right now to run it straight into the bottom. Okay, to fill up that cup of indignation, of anger for Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Woe unto the inhabitations of the earth and the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Okay, he has but a short time. So we're going to get straight to this. Okay. Hold on. All right. This is my fair use 107 copyright. I'm not selling any product. This is strictly for educational purposes. I pray that you be edified.
Hey, let me ask you a question. If you were an elected official, do you think it might be a good idea to put these Republican Trump supporting QAnon voters in re-education facilities and stuff?
Yes. Yeah, re-educate them?
Yes. I have decided.
Yes. I can't make that. That's you, Eve. Look at her. Once again, the name of this is Neither Team Will Win. The scriptures tell our people to come up out of her, spiritual Babylon. And that means don't hop on an airplane and fly away. Don't get in your car and drive away. Don't hop on a boat and roll away. No, that means mentally detach yourself from this way of living. Believing in these false, wicked, set up politicians. Okay?
Educate them?
Yes. I have decided we really need camps for adults. And we need the kind of camps that you all run. I mean,
But I also think some of them are believing.
Did you hear that?
Like re-education facilities and stuff.
Yeah, re-educate them.
I have decided we really need camps for adults. And we need the kind of camps that you all run. I mean,
But I also think some of them are believing the garbage that they are being fed 24/7 on the internet by their constituents, and they bought into this big lie. And the question is, how are we going to really almost deprogram these people who have signed up for the cult of Trump?
And the bottom line is all of America needs programming because we've all been negatively influenced by Donald Trump.
There are millions of Americans, almost all white, almost all Republicans, who somehow need to be deprogrammed. It's as if they're members of a cult.
We had programs, federal programs, that went towards funding organizations like these that de-radicalized people, and President Trump pulled the plug. One thing that we know is that we have to get that funding right back up, and we probably need to double, triple, quadruple, or increase funding for these de-radicalization programs.
And sadly, so many of those extremists, those MAGA extremists, take their marching orders from Donald Trump, who has no credibility left by any measure. He's only in it for himself. He's now defending himself in civil actions and criminal actions. And when do they break with him? Because at some point, maybe there needs to be a formal deprogramming of the cult members.
They also believed that their immediate responsibility would be to protect against what they called the counter-revolution. And they felt that this counter-revolution could best be guarded against by creating and establishing re-education centers in the Southwest.
So you see that last clip that I showed you goes back way before 2000, if not early 2000s. Bottom line, you heard it coming out the horse's mouth. The horses, plural, mouths, the government. Adonai Ratazar, we'll get to that. The kings and priests, your modern day kings and priests, say it's time to lock them up and throw away the key. Anybody that doesn't think the same way as me. And what way is that thinking? Wickedness, backwards, contradicts to the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Okay, so this is Revelations 13 and 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Now, who was trying to lead us into captivity? The system, the man, Big Brother, the government led by who? Edom. And as you seen on that clip, you had Israelites involved in that. Okay, northern and southern tribe, because what does it say? Although hand join in hand with the wicked, the wicked shall not go unpunished. Also, what I like to bring out, First Maccabees, chapter 1, starting in verse 11. Wicked men went out of Yasharallah seeking to do after the ordinance of the heathen, even going as far as to get license to do as them. They're still here, those spirits are here today. Okay. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword, and that's exactly what they're talking about, doing away with those people who think like Trump, who think all the wicked things of the Democrats or shouldn't be open for genocide of children. The ABC 1, 2, 3 taking presidents over all other things of importance. Okay. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. And that's the saints are the prophets, the seers of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, the believers, the 1/3 of Yasharallah. That's it. Okay. And here's the point I want to make. The beast from the earth, verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out the earth. Okay. And he had 2 horns like a lamb. These horns that they're speaking of are today's modern, supposedly Democrat and Republican system. And he spoke as a dragon. Okay. So he had the appearance of a lamb, precious, here to help, not harm you, but soft, meek, and not want to harm you. But he spoke as a dragon. Did you not just hear them speaking as a dragon? What does dragon go back into? Athens, draconian. Okay. Earlier times of Edom's rulership. The same old game. Two different sides. Prescriptions and palladiums. You get to choose, but you never ever had a choice. Both teams going down the same toilet, being flushed down the same drain by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's right arm. Okay? Sending them down the same path because history repeats itself. Nothing new under the sun. Okay? So that dragon is draconian. Look them up. Athens, ruler, very harsh measurements. What are they talking about doing right now? Matter of fact, G 1404.
Strong's G 1404. Drakon.
Name for Satan, adversary. Okay? All right? Because it's not, it is the serpent, but serpent just means the deceiver. Satan, the adversary. Once again, going back to Dracon, but it means the measurement that he ruled, the measurement of harsh dictatorship, and that's exactly what they're trying to open up to you. Okay? Now, I forgot to mention, Adawan Ratazai, I pray that I put the information put in the description. My motivation came from not only Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, but Apostle Arumla, like 2 days ago, who did this video, and he left it in his description. So I'm going to leave his description, Adawan, Lord willing, and watch it. Because once again, hey, it's heavy information going on. He was spot on, like he always is. Okay. So Adawan Ratazah, I'm going to leave the description to his video, but I got a couple clips, on mine though. All right. So yeah, once again, that dragon, that and behold, another beast coming up out the earth. And he had two horns like a lamb, and those horns go into your to this Babylonian system, the false belief system that you get to choose, Democrat or Republican. It's been around. All right. And he spoke like a dragon, and that's where we're witnessing now. The dragon starting to speak. All right, and what you just heard, detention. What is that going to lead to? That's a no-brainer. And first of all, let's get to the nitty-gritty. What they're really trying to do. This is your Second Amendment, United States Constitution. Protect an individual right to possess firearms. Okay. Unconnected with services and military. All right, so the Second Amendment goes into your right to bear arms, yada yada yada. All right, I really didn't need that one. Here's the one. What is this one? This is your Fourth Amendment. The United States Constitution protects citizens from unreasonable searches and seizures by the government. Okay. So that's your Fourth Amendment. So they want to take number 2 away so you cannot defend yourself against number 4. What did they just get through saying in the video? Relearning camps. Well, listen what that all goes into.
Tyranny.
Cruel and oppressive government of rule. Didn't we just get that? Right here in this verse, and behold, another beast coming up out the earth and had 2 horns like a lamb and spoke as a dragon. That's that cruelty that we just read. That's what this government is trying to do right now, which brings me on to this. Second Esdras 15. I mean, for every action there's a result, right? Second Esdras 15 And 14, whoa, we've been seeing that word a lot recently. Whoa, war destruction to the world and them that dwell therein. And it's coming. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another people with swords in their hands. Now, you heard all those Democrats saying what they think ought to happen to Trump supporters. What the hell do you think Trump supporters sitting like, oh, we're scared? You hear what they're saying about us? Look, it was more protesters outside that building than that was in that building listening to that wicked shit. Okay? So those people are alone and ready to put their foot up their ass. Okay? For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another people, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition amongst men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. Who was that today? Those wicked men that run this earth. Unfortunately, Hillary Clinton, she's in one of those power seats. Anybody in the authoritarian to dictate to have that dragon voice over you. Those are your kings and princes, your so-called politicians and presidents, okay? To make a long story short, all right? But the people of rulership, all right, let's put that, the people with powers in their hands, for there shall be sedition amongst men and invading one another, and they shall not, who is they, shall not regard their kings and princes, the ordinary man that has that Second Amendment and been holding on to that, and your criminal who don't give a fuck about an amendment, okay, especially them. Okay, your militias, your ex-military, they've seen these things coming, not even with a spiritual eye, from a physical standpoint, okay? And the courses of their actions shall stand in their power. What I say, militias, people who've had enough, Bible Belt Christians who are not going for the MOTB, you're not just going to force it on them, okay? This time is coming. And a man shall desire to go into another city and shall not be able. Didn't they just say, not she, didn't I just give you an example of a whole bunch of politicians saying lock them up and throw away the key? Don't let them out. Okay. And I haven't even got to the main part. We haven't even got to we got to the beginning of the good thing, but we ain't all the way through it. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and houses shall be destroyed, and man shall be afraid. Okay, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of lack of bread. If y'all can't go out and get this money, then how am I going to eat? And for great tribulation. And if you ain't got no relationship with Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, you won't be eating. He promised that. His saints, his servants will eat and will have plenty, but you won't. He promised that. Okay, so how ugly is it going to get and turned up when these measurements start to take place, and they're coming sooner than later? All right. This is the book of 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. Lest Satan shall get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Here we go. I just read it to you. Now here we go.
I've said the same I met with Dr. Tedros last month in Geneva, WHO, the Director General, to say, I don't know that the World Health Organization can solve this on our own. We need the other United Nations agencies, NATO. This is a security problem because it's no longer a theoretical construct or some arcane academic exercise. 200,000 Americans died because of anti-vaccine aggression, anti-science aggression. And so this is now a lethal force and now I feel as a pediatric vaccine scientist, it's just as though it's important, just as it's important for me to make new vaccines to save lives, the other side of saving lives is countering this anti-vaccine aggression.
All right, did you catch that from Peter Hotez? He says NATO is going to need to be involved to wage a war against what he calls anti-vaccine aggression. What is aggression in his mind? Just somebody who says no to vaccines. He calls it
okay. Once again, so you see what's coming on. Okay, we know that jabber stabber, her way more people than the I'm a little sick did. Okay? And then they had to manipulate the numbers of the I'm a little sick when the whole time the forced remedy, the Satan's device, took out way more people. Okay? So once more, this is 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and 11. Least Satan shall get an advantage of us. It's not going to happen, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Now, this is the book of Job. (13 and 4). But ye are forgers of lies, physicians of no value. That's exactly what I just gave you an example of. Somebody that wants the military to force death upon you. Not a remedy of health, a remedy of death. Genocide. The whole plan alone. Once again, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. And here's the Father back that up without even any hesitation. Just so you'll know who you dealing with if you don't know. This is Psalms 58, Salakia, Psalms 58, verse 3. The wicked go estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. What you just heard was all lies. Okay? Once again, the dragon is coming down, for he has but a little time. They are really in a position, Tony Ouchie, all of these years going back from the AIDS all the way up to this day, getting along with all that wicked mess, causing massive death every time they put him on trial. What is I don't know. I'm just an innocent guy here to help you. The wicked are estranged from the womb. That person, that video I just showed you, he went estranged from the womb, speaking lies as soon as he was born. Okay? That's what they do. That's how Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua has set them up to be. You cannot go against his will. All right?